As we got off our car, two pagodas of Gameunsa temple site greeted us. You may see Daejongcheon Stream to the south and the East Sea to the east. Although King Munmu of Silla achieved the great challenging work of unifying the three kingdoms, he fought in or prepared for many wars even after the unification. As Japanese raiders invaded so often, he planned to build a temple here to prevent their invasions with the help of Buddha. When he passed away before the temple was finished, his son King Shinmun took over the project and completed it in 682. King Munmu said in his lifetime, "When I die, I wish to become a dragon of the sea and protect my country. Cremate my body and spread the ashes in the East Sea." Following the will, his son completed this temple near Daewangam Rock in the sea, where his ashes were spread. It was named the Gameunsa Temple to express his gratitude for his father king. If you climb these steep back stairs, you will find the site of Jungmun, the main gate. You may be surprised to find these two pagodas more magnificent than you expected. We know there aren't many pagodas with umbrella sticks on their tops. Here, the iron umbrella sticks poked the sky. These two pagodas are the largest stone pagodas, now considered as their mother in Korea. You see that they have three-story pagoda bodies on the two-tier stylobate and 3.3-meter-high iron sticks in the umbrellas. These pagodas show the first new style of twin pagoda temple in Silla after unification of the three kingdoms in 7th century Korea. The style evolved from the previous system of the one pagoda temple, so they are national treasures. This is the site of Geumdang, or the main hall. The hall was built on a double tier of the stylobate that was elaborately stacked with ground stone, face stone, and the deck stone, while the ground was paved with stone planks like this. There used to be 4 stone stairs on 4 sides of this platform. But why are there so many long pole stones in this whole site? They show that the hall was built on such a unique stone structure on the ground. How was this complicated structure made? First, 24 bottom square stones were placed in the pit. Long rectangular stones were fitted in them north-southward. On the top of the rocks, other long stones were laid again east-westward like wooden planks on the floor. Lastly, the foundation stones were placed on the stone floor before a building was built on those stones. We can say it was built in the air, and the space below is about 60 centimeters deep. Why did ancient architects make these odd structures? They wanted to dedicate the temple to the dragon, former King Munmu, so he might enter the hall as freely as he wished. Indeed, this dragon's shelter substantiates the story about the origin of the temple in Samguk-yusa. The sun wanted to provide a haven for this dragon father where he would rest and listen to Buddhist sermons. But how could the dragon get here? At that time, the East Sea was not as far away as it is now. Researchers who studied the soil in front of this temple concluded that the sea was just there at the time of its foundation. The dragon would come all the way here through the sea. Now look at the ancient drainer revealed during the excavation. It stretches across the temple yard nearly up to the stone lantern. Another drainer passed from the cliff in front of the main gate through the middle of the gate. To our surprise, the excavation also showed two dragon passages to the pit below the main building, where the dragon could enter and take a rest. They were called dragon's tunnels. One leads to the northeastern part of the pit, and the other southwestern part. Tunnels' bottoms were supposedly paved with stone planks. Here is an auditorium site in the north. There were also cloisters surrounding the precinct, connecting the main gate and auditorium. In addition, you can see the traces of wing cloisters on the east and west sides of the main hall. The remains of a workshop were exposed to the west of the west cloister. There, the temple supposedly used to make the metal tools it needed, for example, small incense burners and gongs. This is the trace of a furnace where the ancient people used to manufacture bells. This is where the stone lantern used to be. However, there is no surviving stone lantern now. What's remarkable is that there are 4 holes around it. Scholars believe they are traces of pavilion's wooden pillars for the lantern. Look at these 2 sets of pole stones in front of the main hall. What these are for is an unsolved question now. One set was found south of the central hall site, the other in the pit in front of the main gate. One is a long smooth stone with a teguk pattern, and the other a long stone with a convex center. The excavation team assumed that the pole stone with the convex surface was the foundation stone of a wall, and that the teguk pattern pole stone was a deck stone. They supposed in turn that there might be a face stone between them. The teguk pattern stone is engraved with geometric triangular patterns as well as a teguk pattern. Scholars admit that the teguk pattern precedes about 400 years the teguk pattern devised by Judoni. We can assume that they were the part of the altars at the same time of the nooks for the dragon. The dragon's nooks would have been just below and behind the altars, open to underground space. The dragon probably came up to these cozy places and took a rest. People would have performed rituals for a Buddha or a dragon before the altar. Now let's look at those huge pagodas again. They were dismantled and repaired at separate times. When the West Pagoda was dismantled in 1960, a Sarira casket was found in the body stone of the 3rd floor. Here is the bronze casket, partially corroded. It's an outstanding ancient artifact, currently being displayed at the Gyeongju National Museum. On the 4 sides, the 4 heavenly kings were cast and attached. Shall we look at what was found in it? This Sarira reliquary is made up of 3 parts: a bronze square base or platform, the main body enshrining the Sarira bottle, and a big precious crystal bead. The platform has railings in which 4 musicians play music around the Sarira bottle. Can you agree these 4 musician effigies are the best treasures excavated from this temple site? Here you can see a 4-member mixed band of the ancient Silla. They are a woman playing the flute, a woman playing the small jangu, a man clashing the small cymbals, and a woman playing the Korean mandolin. Is each piece a realistic masterpiece? It seems that even now, if I call, the band will be running to perform soon. Here is a similar Sarira reliquary that was found when the East Pagoda was dismantled and repaired in 1996. This was also found on the third floor. Remarkably, there was also a hole in the Sarira chamber on the third floor. It was made to hold the umbrella stick tightly. The casket is now on display at the Seoul National Museum. Its four surfaces are also engraved with the four heavenly kings. The inner relic consists of three parts: a vase, a body, and a Buddhist canopy. On each corner of the vase, a lion guard sits. In the four niches of the stylobate, the images of divine God and the worshipping bodhisattva are embossed. In the center of the platform, there is a bottle with sarira in it, shaped like an upside-down bowl. The effigies of four guardian kings and four monks were placed around it. The sarira bottle, 3.65 centimeters high, is made of crystal. You may be astonished to watch the elaborate details of the hexagonal and circular lids decorated with very tiny gold beads, the circular crystal saucer, and the gilt bronze platework saucer. They show the exquisite masterworks of the Unified Silla Period. Here are two gilt bronze standing Buddha statues and a bronze wind bell among the things found here. But what we can't omit in our introduction is this bronze percussion instrument or gong, because a significant inscription is engraved on its rim. It says, "We created this gong, a small bell, a gumgu, on December the 3rd, 1351, because the Japanese raiders loved us of the original ones on April 7th of that year." Now we can know that the temple survived until 1351, and that even then the Japanese pirate plundered the Buddhist tools of this temple. King Munmu's death was humble. When we suggested that his vassals cremated his remains and spread the ashes on the rock, he indeed wished to become a sea dragon and protect this country. So his son provided what the dragon supposedly needed as his home and resting place. Isn't this the very ground on which he stands just now, the land and sea that he has so desperately protected when arrival or death?